This is Andy.
Excitement's building.
This is Thursday.
I'm nervous. Breathe with me, guys.
And this is Andy on Thursday. That's right, we gave Andy his own show.
No way. No way.
Yes way, Andy.
Holy sheet.
Holy sheet indeed. Andy Given Thursday. Live every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on the Comic Core.
Holy sheet indeed. It is Andy Given Thursdays, only on the Comic Core. Grab a frosty beverage, go pinkies out. And let's talk about something interesting in comic books. Like I said, it's Andy Given Thursday. We're going to talk about something that comes to mind, and I'm going to run with it, and we're going to have a good time. We've got two of what, in my opinion, are two of the greatest YouTube personalities out there for tonight's topic that I've followed for a couple of years now and wholeheartedly have been wanting to collaborate with them for some time. And I'm really looking forward to this. And if you've looked at tonight's thumbnail, it says it's comic book speculation chat, son. So I did a little play off of a really cool guy's show. I kind of stole it a little bit from him, and I'll introduce him in just a moment. But it's not drunken chat, son. This is comic book speculation, son. And not only are we going to talk a little bit about speculation here and there, bits and pieces, but more importantly, what we're going to deep dive into a little bit here is what defines, or how do you define speculation, and how do we as individuals and collectors feel about speculation, and how we define speculation. Take a word, you can look up a dictionary, you can define it, but more importantly, how does that play a role in us and our collecting? And how does that play a role in the community as well? So without further ado here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce our guests. Then we're going to hit up the chat, and then we're going to make a major announcement. So we got some good announcements coming up tonight. So stay tuned, because I hear also after some major announcements, some people want to give away some cool shit. So thank you everybody for tailgating. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for taking the time to give numerous thumbs up and numerous thumbs down. I appreciate the interaction. Let us know how you guys are feeling, right? Let's talk comic books. So here we are. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce Nico from CBSI Tales from the FlipSide, man. It's great to see you. How you doing?
Good to be here, my friend. Thank you for inviting me. I am really excited about this. I, like yourself, have followed a lot of your work over the years, and am anxious to have an opportunity to kind of interact in real time.
This is going to be great, man. Yeah, because schedules are tough. Schedules are always tough, right? And this one just kind of fell into place this Thursday to have you guys on, and it just worked out. When it worked for you, and it worked for our next guest, and it worked for me, I was like, yeah, we got to do this. This is going to be fun. So next up is somebody who well known in the community, well loved in the comic book community, and is a favorite. No, I'm not going to say favorite. He is by far the best late night show out there on YouTube ever, with marathon running episodes, with all of the comedy, all the hilarity, and all the giveaways that you could ever dream of. And that is the mighty Mel V, baby.
I wanted to fucking cry. Can we curse?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, move over Arsenio Hall.
Oh, I want to fucking cry. Thank you very much for having me, Andy. This is a long time coming, and I'm glad to be here. And you're right, it fell right into place. I'm off work for 2 weeks, and I'm able to join. And my liver's gonna hurt me because I'm gonna be on tomorrow, but right now it's gonna flow with it, man.
Dude, yeah, I'm glad this fell together. I'm glad you guys had the time available. I'm glad we could make time to do this, because the content that you guys have been putting out has been near and dear to my heart for years. Just the discussions, the at-length discussions and the deep dives that really are very appreciative, because I like to disagree with you guys. I like to disagree, and I like to think really hard. The more you guys make me think, the better I get at collecting my own collection, right? So let me hit up this chat really quick. course, I've got it on live chat or top chat. And then, yeah, hey, my mom, every show. I am not embarrassed to say my mom is in here for every show supporting me every night. And I appreciate it. Yes. And it's not a show without Chris Barrett. Chris Barrett's here hanging out every time.
Chris Barrett, what up, baby?
Mr. Gretzky 996 is on almost every YouTube show that I've viewed. He's always hanging out and supporting people. Thank you very much. Ricky Markstadt is holding down the fort on the Comic Core Discord. So right down below, click that little expanding button. Look for all the information for the show. You're going to find the Comic Core Discord chat. You're also going to find Nico's information with CBSI Tales from the Flipside. You're going to find Mighty Mel V's information for IG, and everybody's IG and everybody's YouTube information is there. Please head down, check it out. Take the time to like, comment, subscribe, and support these guys as well. And rolling right on, Ryan Halesap. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out. Ryan's been on the show a couple of times. Massive Venom collector, wealth of knowledge when it comes to that stuff. Thank you so much for your backup. Thanks for hanging out. And there he is with Rhino's Comic Report as well. And backseat driver. Hey, holy sheet indeed. Apparently that's my favorite. Yeah. Talking makes you thirsty.
Yeah.
Bearded comic bro. Thanks for hanging out, man. It's a tongue twister. I always mess his name up. Sorry. Stream Elements bot. Apparently you can't have a Comic Core show without the bot running. So now that it's running, we can get started.
What the fuck? I want a bot.
Bot does bot things. Beep boop bop. I mean, it does its bot things. I don't know how to control it. I don't know where it started.
I want a bot.
It's sentient now, isn't it? Oh God! Don't kill me, bot.
I feel like Dinesh jumped on that. What do you guys think?
Dinesh is here. What?
No, he's. Have you guys been following the Bad Idea promotion on IG?
Oh,
they got the robot that has. I don't know. It's like infected by a devil or something. I'm not exactly sure of how to describe the plot precisely, but that's been one of the promotions they've been using. Like they had to get like 1 billion clicks. They've got a button, or else it does bad things or good things, or I don't really know. But anyway, it's interesting. It's more clicks. Interesting than my description. I'll tell you that much.
Pay me with clicks, or I do bad things.
Basically.
John's Comics with Kids. Hey man, thanks for the support. John does awesome content every week and runs the Wednesday show. My English is terrible. On the Comic Core, which is always a riot. And then he does his new comic book day book club every night after that, or every Wednesday night after that. And Skeff's Comic Knowledge. Thanks for hanging out. He's usually on Thursday nights. And he's taken the night off and wanted to participate in the chat and hang out and talk some of this. Yeah, 5 dislikes ready. Hey, dislikes are cool. People are just voicing their opinion. I hope they hop in the chat and say what about it they disliked, you know?
I had fucking 62 last week. I had 24 before the show started.
I don't usually get that many.
I'm not laughing at you, Mel.
But you know what? It's all good because their count is. They also go towards views. And anything.
They help the algorithm.
Right. So I don't care.
Yeah. Comics Miss Explained, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your support, man. Love hanging out with you. Appreciate your time. Some hater has 5. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. So this is kind of something that I've wondered about doing as far as an episode and how to tailor it to not only be watchable, but to be enjoyable, not only for the people participating on the show, but participating, make it fun for people in the chat as well. And I'm going to open this up with the first question to you guys, and we'll go around the horn really quick is, honestly, Nico, we'll start with you. What does speculation mean to you? Not just like the dictionary definition, but what does speculation in the comic book industry mean to you, man?
Well, it's become a dirty word. I mean, I think that's why you got to ask the question, right? It's like the C word for comics.
Don't laugh, Mel. You're going to make me laugh.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate. I think it's become kind of a shorthand for certain voices in the community. many of which are retailers or resellers or brick and mortar store openers, fellow flippers, to kind of disparage certain people who collect in a particular way, which is by buying and selling books, either multiple copies or one book to try and sell to make a little bit of money so that they can buy a bigger book or buy more books without having to pay out of pocket for a habit that can be pretty expensive for somebody who's not independently wealthy. So for me, it's about strategic investment. Sometimes that means a quick flip. Sometimes that means a long hold, right? I look at comics very much like somebody who's a day trader, a collector of fine art, and I enjoy it. I like all of it, right? From magazines to golden age books to really ridiculous variants to small indie publishers. I like the writers. I like the artists, just like everybody else. I'm a big defender of speculation, but that's my choice. Frankly, if I was to give somebody else advice, I'd tell them it's probably not worth it. They should just keep their mouth shut, stay off of YouTube, don't let anybody know what you do, and you'll be able to do this a hell of a lot easier. You won't get banned from local stores. You won't get dirty looks from your brick and mortar. You won't have 5 thumbs down on a YouTube or be marked for death by retailers who are like, he's preying on my long boxes, or, Bob, the fucking garage store junkie who loves to go to his local swap meet and doesn't want a guy like me to look through his books for shit he's got mispriced.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you make as far as the LCSs too. Because I've approached my LCS and I'm like, look, here's what I want to do, and here's why I'm doing it. Because originally, you get a hot book that they're limiting to 1 per person. I got keen on that with the help from Simpleman's Comics and people like you and other avenues in the YouTube community and other areas. Okay, I might be limited to 1 comic book right now, but if I pay attention to what I'm doing and I can order a couple of copies ahead of time, then instead of sending 1 copy to CGC and hoping I get a 9.8 out of that, I could send 2 or 3 if I order well ahead of time, right? And that's like I don't feel like LCSs really dislike speculators, because I think everybody in that comic book shop is speculating to some degree.
Well, some do, some don't, and again, it's like a label, right? And we live in like a he who smelt it dealt it world, right? Like, you ever notice that all the people who are like, you're racist, like they're the ones that really oftentimes are obsessed with skin color or like whatever it may be. It's sort of like a he who smelt it dealt it reality. This person does this, and they're just projecting their own insecurities. I mean, far too often it's like epidemic. So
I'm sorry, Nico.
Oh no.
Go ahead, buddy. I don't see how else you get upset about speculation. The whole purpose of you having a fucking shop is to fucking sell books.
Yeah, but I mean that's not the thing, Mel. I mean, our buddy Mercenaut just got banned from a store.
Really?
Why?
For going in and buying books. He's like
going in and buying books, not stealing them, but buying books.
Right. But I've been banned from shops. I
get dirty looks.
Shops. Well, but you're in New York City.
Yeah, but I get dirty looks. I say, hey, why don't you look at my friend Grant like that? And they shut the fuck up. My friend Hamilton over here.
Oh, it took me a minute. It took me a hot minute. So I'm and moving right along. Same question to you, Mel. Is how do you define speculation as far as you and your collecting habits and what you love to collect?
Speculation to me means it should be very, very pure and virgin-esque, because if you want to sit around with your buddies and talk about what might happen, it became an issue where when everybody wanted to be this number one big dog, big bulls, big dick swinging, I'm the best speculator in the world, I'm always right. That's when it became a problem, because There's going to be another person that have a fucking a better spec to you. Then they're going to get mad at each other, and then this whole big fucking stupid comic book will start, and it's just retarded. Oh, I didn't mean to use that word, but whatever. It just becomes crazy. So the best thing to do when it comes to speculation is, like Nico said, just keep it to yourself and just don't do nothing else about it. Just keep it quiet.
Well, you make an interesting point, man, with comic book wars. With people warring back and forth about who has the better speculation. But you know what I feel like that did? I feel like that drove people to read books. And that drove a lot of us to read books. And what happens when we read books? We become more educated on the subject matter. We become more educated on the writers, the artists, the creative teams. And I think we're finding new levels at which we're so tuned to what's going on and what these creators are doing that I think we're finding another level now. When speculation 10 years ago was a movie might come out, versus now there's 30 different avenues and channels of information that people are tuned to, that are paying attention to, like their ears are perked to. One bit drops, then you're just waiting for some confirmation, and it's kind of like ping pong on a what table am I thinking of? Pinball machine, man. It's just bouncing back and forth all over the place.
In my opinion, in my various opinions about speculation, at one point, and probably I'll feel this way a week from now, I think it's too much information out there, and I'm definitely guilty of that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, people like to talk about comics. People want to. It's also an ego thing. When somebody's writing about spec, their ego goes up. I don't care who you are. It's just human nature. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but for the record, one of the like straw man arguments that people make to like badmouth people who collect modern comic books is they try to suggest that speculation is limited to modern comics, right? But if you buy, 5 copies of Hulk 181 for your brick and mortar,
you're an investor.
You're not a vicious speculator. You're an investor.
Yeah, because
it's silly, right? It's like a silly sort of like nomenclature thing. And again, it's a lot of like people projecting their own insecurities onto other people so that they can feel better about themselves, and their precious little ego can get stroked. And I hope that if anything, the YouTube community and the social media comic book community can share the message that everybody's welcome here. This like, I hate speculators it's cute. Some of it may have to do with like trauma from, it's adorable, dude. I want to like give them a hug. I'm gonna be like, oh, who hurt you? Some of it may have to do with like trauma from like the 90s, the Superman 75 debacle and onward. Like I'm old enough to remember that. It's okay. I got through it. So can you. It's been fucking 30 years. Let it go. You know what I mean? Like, and we've seen what can happen when people, buy a gajillion copies of X-Men #1. They got to wait 30 years before they can sell it for $20 because people are excited that there's going to be a new wave of movies or whatever it may be. But, I just hope we can get exactly to where you're talking, Andy, smarter about comics, dive deeper onto the characters, pay more attention to the books, the creators, because it's a labor of love for all of us. And there's no reason to kind of like badmouth the way other people do it.
My thing is this: when people they hate when people spec on new characters. They're like, oh, it's just stupid. I mean,
it's kind of a pain in the ass for this Robin King thing for you and me. You got to admit, Mel, we were a little late to the party.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But my thoughts like, if a new character comes out, all characters were new at some point, and they probably were hated on when they first came out. That's how you get classic characters. I know Miles was hated on when he first came out. I know for a fact he was. But look at it now. He's gonna be your Spider-Man for your children's Spider-Man for the next generation.
Yep. Same
thing with Gwen. I remember when that Gwen Stacy book came out, that Edge of Spider-Verse 2. Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. I had 20 copies and I ran through all of them. 9-8 just cracked 1,000. I wish I had one. They're going to be classic. You have to create. It has to be organic. It has to be an organic thing to create a classic character. And There are a lot of them out there. I think Riri Webb. I love Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I love that. My niece loves her. That's going to be a classic character going forward if everything is done right and done well. As long as they don't force diversity and other stuff like that onto people, people are going to eat it up. People are going to love it. Keep writing great stories. Keep doing what y'all doing. That's it.
This is a really good segue. In just a moment, let me hit up the chat. There's a few other people that have shown up as we got started. Comic Noob, thanks, man, for stopping by and hanging out. Hope you enjoy the show. And everybody in the chat watching, please feel free. What's your definition of speculation, and how do you feel about speculation? Is it something you like? Is it something you dislike? We're going to continue deep diving into this, and we're going to continue to define how we feel about speculation as a whole, because this is very multifaceted, much like our opinions. And I'm gonna be honest and upfront right here. Opinions are worth discussing about, and they're worth disagreeing about, and disagreements create conversation, and conversation creates education and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna talk. I don't have to agree wholeheartedly with everybody, and I'm gonna mention that. But let me continue segueing here. Comic Noob, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Dollar Bin, hey.
Yes, my man. That's Drunken Chats. That's the Drunken Chat home team right there. What up, Dollar? What up, baby?
Hey, thanks for hanging out, man. Great to have you. Great to see you. I've seen you in the other chats. It's great to interact with you tonight, man.
Very smart. Very smart.
Still hanging out. 62 thumbs down. Hey, let's get some attention there right then.
Yeah, that was me.
Justin Comics started his own channel recently, and he's got a lot of new great ideas. He's been a really fun guest on here. He's very energetic and a lot of fun to talk about. Very knowledgeable about DC stuff too. Hit him up, Justin Comics. That's his YouTube channel. We're gonna have him back on here again soon sometime. And we've got a Facebook watcher, Gregory Goings. Thanks for hanging out. I'm a butcher of names, man.
Oh, welcome to the club, baby.
Patrick, hey, thanks for hanging out.
Patrick is an OG. Patrick is very dear to my heart. That's my dude right there. He come through all the time. Every show that I was on. Show respect. A1, day one. Great guy.
Look what the cat dragged in, son. It's all of us. Aggressively relaxing. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out. I love interacting with you. I appreciate your time. Skeph's Comic Knowledge is still in here. Chris Barrett. Oh, man, this chat's rolling.
I'll tell you.
Research and store relationship, insulate a collector from the negatives. Yeah, speculation. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And let me try to remember to return back to that. But the segue here was defining speculation and how speculation is looked at a little bit differently. Because
Andy, can I kind of say one thing that I think
absolutely
is probably important? So the hard part about these kinds of dialogues is, there's a tendency to create straw men, right? Like I create this like thing that I can beat up because it's easy. Like, where's my buddy Chris Barrett? Spec is whatever I try to push in order to sell and make money. Well, fuck, that sounds like a fraudulent scheme, right? I mean, if you define the practice that way, I mean, Jesus,
Chris, I'd like
anyway,
to challenge this comment for a minute. Yeah,
but the point is, or I can say that it's a discerning, thoughtful decision about how I should invest my money in the long term, so that I can make the most out of my whatever the fuck. I mean, the question is really like, can we get into specific practices that are good and specific practices that are bad, and try to like refrain from the kind of like generalizations, that's hasty generalizations that people make, because I don't think that kind of stuff is helpful, but it's a lot of what goes on, right? Like, these damn speculators are ruining my store, which is usually code for like, I don't have control of my inventory and people are buying the books that I should have repriced and sold on eBay. Damn it.
So that's an interesting thought that segues into what I want to talk about. And Chris, never said I was completely honest. Chris, we're going to return this. We're not going to beat up on you specifically, but I'm going to beat up on you because you're the first person to place it.
It's the best, dude.
So this is the interesting thing. Spec is whatever I try to push in order to sell and make money on. I disagree with that to a fair extent.
God,
But what I wanted to segue into and what I wanted to say was that speculation and people that are speculators are generally you're more educated on the subject matter, more educated on the characters and the books. They're probably most of your top tier, your upper echelon collectors are speculators wholeheartedly. So let's take a look
we spend a ton of money, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at who's walking into that LCS, and let's break through that generalization a little bit on the word speculation. The person going in to the LCS to dig through the dollar bins is speculating. How and why is he speculating? That person didn't buy that book when it came out at $3.99 or $4.99 because he wasn't interested then, but now he's interested at $1 out of the dollar bin because that book floated and made it its way into the dollar bin. That's a form of speculation. That's a great form of speculation, and we all love the dollar bins. I love dollar bins because I get paying $1 for a book. I love to pay $1 for a book instead of $5 for a book. It's a form of reverse speculation. So the definition of speculation, because just to touch base on this really quickly, is everybody has access to a dictionary, but the activity of guessing possible answers to a question without having enough information to be certain.
Ding, ding, ding.
So you can use that in so many different ways from Sunday, whether you're digging through a dollar bin and because you didn't want to buy the book when it first came out, which is cool. I'm going to wholeheartedly say here, collect what you love and you'll love what you'll collect. And Two Brothers Comics says best with collect your way. Collect your way wholeheartedly is a very important thing to say. So Simpleman's Comics, collect what you love and you'll love what you collect. And Two Brothers Comics, collect your way. Those are two very important statements in the community. The person that's digging through that dollar bin is a form of speculation. That Wednesday warrior that's going in, it's like, I want to make sure I grab a copy of this book, super limited. That's a form of speculation. Some of us that sit back and don't buy anything until it pops, and we pay 3, 4, 5, 6 times for a book. That's a form of speculation as well. We didn't say we were smart with our money. It's just a style of collecting, right?
And it's a lot of dumb money out there right now.
Whoa, dude.
Mel had a very important comment in the group chat yesterday or earlier today or yesterday. He said the market is rich right now.
Market is rich.
And that is something incredibly important to touch bases on this on this too when you talk about speculation. Let me hit this really quick. Mike, man, thanks for the comment. Speculators are just cats that know which books are cool before everyone else does. Interesting.
My man. Somebody reads my articles, or at least we think the same way. I think he hit that one on the head.
I buy some stuff that isn't cool and just get lucky a lot of times. But that's a very interesting comment. Thank you.
Because that's really what we're doing, right? Like if I'm selling books, I'm not trying to wait around for it. So I either have to buy stuff that is worth more than what I'm paying for it. That's easy. Or I have to buy stuff because it's going to promptly go up in price, which means other people are going to have to promptly figure out that it's as cool as I already know it is.
Yeah.
Or else I'm stuck with it for some period of time.
The thing with me is I speculate on things and I hardly ever buy the copies and I'm too lazy to put them on eBay. So I'm just lazy. Like,
well, let's put it that's a great segue again. Oh my God. I'm either getting lucky with how this is rolling tonight, or I'm actually getting decent at hosting the show.
Oh, you got 22 thumbs down. Welcome to my world, man. Welcome to my world.
It's adorable.
Holy moly, you weren't kidding. There's 22 thumbs down. Okay,
but you have 35 watches. Have you ever had 35 watching before?
No. Wow. Hey, thanks everybody for watching and hanging out.
I appreciate the haters, man. If ain't nobody hating you, ain't doing it right.
Hey, why would they hate me too, Mel?
Well,
you're a lovable guy.
A thumbs down isn't really a bad thing. A thumbs down is just somebody disagreeing with the topic on point, right?
No, this is not a bad thing at all. It helps your channel. Trust me, bro.
Well, a thumbs down isn't bad in my opinion. With the way I was reading things and learning and understanding, is it's just somebody's disagreeing with the topic at hand, and that's cool. Please come on and talk about. Throw some comments our way and tell us why you disagree with us. But man, I lost my train of thought. Segueing into another level of speculation, where when you speculate and you buy things, selling things is a general giant pain in the ass.
Dang.
Real.
Seriously.
Yeah,
So-
you gotta get them in the right order. You gotta have them pressed, sometimes cleaned. They need to be slabbed if you really want to have some like maximum return on investment. Or what I like to do, investor lots. When you see some guy who's got like a bunch of hot books and they're all together and they call them an investor lot, that's probably me. I'm the laziest guy in the world, dude. I think every comic that's popped that went from like $50 to $500, I sold in like an investor lot, and the guys that I sold them to were like, "We hit it rich. This idiot sold them all to us in one fell swoop."
I'm definitely about to do that because I got so much shit. They're just piling up.
Well,
But the thing is, I got lucky, and I don't have to sell comics for haircuts anymore. And on Drunken Chat, we give books away on Drunken Chat. We're doing
our giveaways.
In 5 weeks, in 4 weeks, I have given away over 2,000. No, not me myself, but we as a team gave over $2,000 worth of books away for free.
Mel, I thought you were giving books away tonight.
Oh, squeeze me?
Is this a Sagoo?
Yeah.
Let me grab this mic here and.
I got first.
Are we doing it now?
Apparently, we're doing a live giveaway tonight.
I pushed that issue.
Because Nico hates doing giveaways.
So if we're doing a live giveaway, this is only going to be open to people in the live chat.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And this is exactly how we do it on Drunken Chat, son. On this Drunken Chat, son, whoever's in, all you gotta do is come in the chat, say hello. Your name's gonna get into the motherfucking wheel of names. That's what we call it. And then my man Lucas is gonna spin the motherfucking wheel.
So okay, let me get set up here. If we're really doing this giveaway is only going to be available to the people in the live chat. And here's the stipulation: if you're in the live chat and you're going to be a part of this giveaway, please take the time to read the show description, like, comment, and subscribe to everybody's content below. The CBSI show,
please do
for Nico and the mighty Mel V's. It's Drunken Chat, son. Hit them up, and I'm going to get the wheel of names out here, and we're going to start.
Hey, well, we got to play another game, Andy, which is. What book should I give away? I'll just tell you a character's name, and you tell me when to stop, okay?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I know it's going to be so much fun.
This is going to be crazy. Let me do my book first, because your book is probably better than mine.
This is torture. What?
Fine. We'll do mine
I'm going to have so much typing ahead of me. Uh-oh. All
right. Oh, matter of fact, get the wheel of name set up, right? Do you have it set up?
Okay, I've got it. I'm gonna whip it out really quick here. Oops, no.
Those damn speculators and their free stuff.
You know.
So
get off my lawn.
What is this dry ass wheel of name? Where Lucas at, man?
Here we go. Well, I don't know who in the chat's interested in participating. So
everybody can get it.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna in just a moment here, if I can spell.
Should we keep talking while you type?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put like some sort of a line that people understand is when we're beginning this. And hey, Newbie Comics, you showed up just in time. Big Ben, you showed up just in time. We'll whip it out.
Newbie Comics definitely a member of the Drunken Chat team. What up, baby?
So I'm gonna hit the start line
in an effort not to turn this into the
giveaway channel
the disasters of those fucking early Drunken Chat giveaway.
Yeah, you're right.
Anything important? Let's talk about while he's fixing the wheel of names, Mel, the incredible amount of shenanigans that are going on in the modern eBay.
Really quick.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna segue. I'm gonna cut in and say anybody that's interested in being a part of this, I'm gonna hit start. Any person, only one entry. Just hit the number 1, and you only do it once. And then I'm going to start typing names out. And while I'm doing that, Nico and mighty Mel V here are going to talk.
Yo, it's definitely some fuckery afoot.
Yeah. So, and I understand this.
I'm coining that phrase, fuckery afoot. Because
the way that we both understand this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there are bogus sales. Not a lot of them, just one, right? Or a couple on a rare book, right?
I say it's 2.
Yeah, on a rare book, right? And then people follow suit. They're like, oh, well, that book sold for $1,000. I can buy this copy here for $400. And then the $400 copy is gone. I can look, this book sold for $1,000 and it sold for $400. I can buy this copy here for $700. Now there's no copies that are under $1,200. You know, or insert your numbers wherever. But that's essentially what's going on is you're having valid sales, you know, inspired by FOMO that are justified by bogus sales initially. And it becomes a new normal.
Yep.
And it's brutal. And you got to be careful about that.
Yeah. Do we want to bring up the book in question or we just let that ride?
Well, there's so many of them, dude. I see them all the time. I mean, I can just rattle off example after example after example.
I mean, listen.
Which ones do you want to talk about?
That Outlaw. That Outlaw book.
What the fuck, right?
It's no way it's $500 book. None. And mind you, I have one. I have one.
I have one too. I would never pay $500 for it. I thought it had a shot at being a $200 raw book in 6 months, right? A $400 9.8, not a $500 book in 30 seconds. And I wish I was sitting on 6 of them. I wish I would have ran the table on them, like I, considered.
Like you told me to do.
Yeah, well, I was like, dude, there's like 8 copies up there. You want to split them? We can get them for like $120. Let's do it.
So we got 37 people watching, and we only got about half of those people that have entered. So if you want to showcase what's being given away, we'll do that really quick while you guys keep talking.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I gotta explain. I'm explaining to the people what to do. We do this type of shit every week on this drunken chat. So what we do, my thing is this: I've been blessed, you know what I'm saying, in the comic game. I got a lot of good comic shit, and I want to give stuff away. I don't hate nobody. I don't have no problems with nobody. I don't want no problems with anybody. I'm just a very giving person. So what I decided to do with Drunken Chat, I got together a great group of guys, Newbie Comics, Dollar Bin, my man, my ace, Lucas Sheena, Nico's part of the show. Like everybody who ever came on the show is always going to be a part of the show. You know what I'm saying? So we just come together, collective comic minds come together. We talk speculation. We just talk comics. If you've ever been to a black barbershop, this is like the black barbershop of comics. You know what I'm saying? So I decided, you know what? I want to start giving books away. And what kind of books you want to give away, man? Man, listen, the value of a book got to be over $15. 15 turning to 20. Yo, we gave away a Venom 3 on the show for free. I gave away a whole set of Strange Academy. That's one with like all the variants except for the 1 in 50, and number 2 with all the variants. Number 2, 1 in 25 just hit $95. So that guy is
no. What do you want to give away tonight?
Oh, I'm sorry. I kept rambling. I'm sorry. I'm giving away Strange Academy number 1.
What?
$30 book right here. Give it away for free just because I'm on ComicManAndy show.
Strange Academy. Hold on 1 second. So we've only got half the people viewing right now are in on this giveaway, and you're giving away a Strange Academy 1.
I'm giving Strange Academy 1.
Tons of first appearances, a fun story. This is going to be one of the ones that stands out in the next 10, 15, 20 years, in my opinion. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
I hate magic, so
I liked that part right there. So anybody that's not already in on the wheel, take a quick look. And Rhino, man, you've already hit 1 plenty of times. Airboy, hey, there you go. Airboy, hit number. Anybody that's not in on this, hit number 1.
Just throw everybody in there, bro. This is what we do.
It's so much easier to type names when I see the number 1 though.
Yo, copy and paste, bro. Just copy and paste everybody. Anybody can get it, bro.
I'm not that savvy. How do you copy and paste from StreamYard?
This is why we need Lucas.
I have no fucking idea.
Dennis Hayes, there's a name I don't see on that list yet.
That's my man. Dennis
Hayes is a stud. Yeah.
Carter Lee, my man Carter Lee. What up, baby?
Hey, Carter's in here. Oh, that's my bro. That's my jam. Carter Lee, what up, man?
Yo, Carter Lee laced me with a great deal on that Mickey Mouse, man. Shout out to my man.
Okay, newbie.
I be rambling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I rambled.
let's run this right now. 32 people watching. We've given everybody a solid 10 minutes to get entered. Nico, you want to hit it, man?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. 3, 2. You guys got about 10 more seconds to hit the number 1 if you're not already in here. Everybody gets one slice of that pie. Is that 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, we're gonna roll this. We're gonna roll with this and see what happens.
Roll it.
One run of the wheel here, and we're gonna see who wins this.
Who's excited?
Dude, I can't thank you enough, man. I wish I could get on this.
Yeah, I got a giveaway too, for the record.
Chris Barrett?
Yo,
Yeah, Chris Barrett.
shout out to my man Chris Barrett. Hey, Chris Barrett.
Chris Barrett.
Hit me in my my Instagram or my Gmail. It's drunkenchatson@gmail.com. And give me an address, and I ship that joint out tomorrow or Monday.
Chris.
Depending on how much I drink tonight.
Chris, you gotta follow through with this, man. You gotta hit that man up, like, comment, subscribe his content, hit him up, say thank you. And I remember winning some things from you, man, and that stuff landed lickety split on the doorstep, priority mail.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna do another one.
Now Nico's about to embarrass me now. I'll put my man Vinny Kumar in there. Vinny Kumar, he always wins. He won. Matter of fact, he won it.
Can I undo that delete?
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, son of a biscuit. Okay, so let me hit up the chat here really quick.
Butter Swan, that's my people right there. Vinny Kumar, that's my people.
Butter Swan's been in here for a hot minute.
Yeah, we gotta ask for some help.
Vinny just showed up. Hey, thanks so much for coming and hanging out. You know, man, it's not that people are hating. It's just that they disagree, and disagreeing is okay.
No, they hate. Trust me.
There's 26 thumbs down.
I'm pretty sure this is. I'm pretty sure this is my.
I'm so jealous, Mel. I'm so jealous. All right. Well, how do we put the names back in, and then can we just pick a character? I'll start telling you character names, and you just say do that.
I'll do another. I'll get this back up. We can do another giveaway. And I'll do another start. No, that's on me.
Or do you just want to pick a number, Mel?
I won't delete all the names. I'll just leave them on there.
7. The number 7.
All right.
Everybody hit number 1 to enter. Just once. Just hit number 1 and hit enter once, please.
6, 7, 12.
Oh, God, thanks, guys. Comment. Everybody's hitting 2 and 69. And
all right, so this is great.
Airboy the Barbarian. This was
number 7. Tag and blink. Number 1, right? Wow. But here's my question, Mel: is number 6 and 7 a little bit better? It's the second to last issue of Static.
Yeah. What about 6, 7, and 8? Show them how we doing drunken chat.
All right, let's see. Hold on, I gotta count that again. 1, 2.
And this is how we do on this drunken chat, son.
Here we can make it a pair. Tag and blink. 1 and 2.
Oof.
And the second to last issue is Static. Bing, bang, boom.
Is it Tag and Blake slated for Disney Plus or something like that?
No, but the Dark Horse books are super cool, and they're a pain in the ass to find. Marvel ones aren't worth anything. Know your Star Wars spec. You make money. Nobody does, I promise. Yeah.
Remember last week we did the $50 challenge. If you have a YouTube page, I want everybody to do this. I put in a $50 bill in a random book just to give out to people. Just, you know what I mean? Just, you know, we're all going through hard times right now. So hopefully the person that got that $50, you know, can use it. Maybe help out a local LCS, help out a homeless person that needs something to eat, or maybe they need it for their family. That's just me, again, just giving back to the community. That's all I want to do. Huh?
Wait. Damn it, Chris. Okay.
So I'm sending that book to you?
Yeah, if Chris is doing that, I'm gonna do something to pay that forward, man.
This is what I'm talking about. See,
I'll make that work.
It's contagious.
It's contagious. I'm gonna make something to pay that forward. I'm gonna make that work.
All right. So long story short, I'd really appreciate it if you guys enjoy what you've heard from me here today. If you take the chance, subscribe to CBSI Tales from the Flip Side. Check us out Monday at 9:30 p.m. We're live. That's our premiere show. We are the home of the Comic Book Invest Top 10. That's on Fridays. You'll see Mel there causing a ruckus with the Bird City gang.
Shout out to Bird City.
Our brother Ben and my dear friend Brian McClay. We've got a ton of other shows, everything from Foreign Comics to A Vintage Voyage. The new Modern Playbook short clips. They're going to be like 5 to 30-minute long videos from the best speculators in the game. They're starting to be released now. Mr. Long Short from Go Collect Ben is a stud. His video already dropped. Those books are already gone. I hope you were one of the people that watched it early, but there'll be everyone from Matt DeVoe to Sleepy John to your buddy Mercenant. I mean, just some real heavy hitters. Lucas Fashina is going to be on there as well. If you like Half Price Crook on Facebook and you're like, how the fuck did that guy do that with those hauls? He'll be dropping videos. It's really going to be a great time. So everybody up, shall we spin?
So I think everybody's up that wants to get up. We got 40 viewers and about maybe 20 participants. Everybody that's watching the wheel, if you see any doubles, let me know. I don't think I see any. K Titus, you are entered on the wheel. And here's what I'm going to do. Mel and Nico, K Titus is in Japan. If K Titus wins, I'm covering the shipping for him to receive whatever he wins.
Thank God.
So yeah, I'm gonna cover that shipping to K Titus. K Titus takes the time to comment on almost every video, watch everybody's content, and support them daily, every day. And he's an awesome member of the community. So I'm willing to go put that forward and cover the shipping to Japan if he wins.
Andy, the real question is, does he have the Playboy Spider-Man books that he's going to sell to us? Because I think Comic Tom bought my last one off of my eBay account, and I need to get some more.
Yo, K Titus, come on over to Drunken Chat, bro. We definitely appreciate you.
Yeah. Please like, comment, subscribe. Everybody's information down below. Check out their channels. Check out their IGs. So last chance, everybody. If you're not on the wheel, please hit a number 1 to get on the wheel and get into this entry here.
Why does everybody laugh when I say Comic Tom bought my Playboy Spider-Man? I swear.
I think they're laughing because I said, thank God that he's paying the shipping to Japan.
Oh yeah, that's like $35-$45 for one comic to Japan. But hey, I'm willing to help a guy out if he wins. Skeff's yelling at me to spin that wheel, so I'm gonna spin that wheel. Thanks, Skeff. And I need to log on and give Skeff a wrench here. We don't have Skeff's gonna be a wrench here as soon as I can figure that out. Oh, Bearded's not on the list. Thank you, Bearded. We'll get you on there.
I like Skeff. Skeff's cool. Everybody here cool, man. I appreciate everybody, all the love. Dollar Ben in the building. What up, baby? It's my man, Dollar Ben. It's my man, 50 grand right there. You know what I mean?
Yep. Here we go. We're spinning that wheel now. Everybody's had a chance to get in. I don't see any doubles. Here we go. This is pretty fun, man. I gotta do this. This is good. Oh! Grab that butter. Buttered Swan, baby.
All right.
Imagine, I remember when I first seen his name, I was like, what the fuck does Butter Swan even taste like? How do you even come up with that name?
I don't know, but okay, so you just got to hit me up on Tales from the FlipSide on IG. I run the IG site. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Send me your address. I will send you your books.
Yeah, and that's all it takes. I mean, tomorrow, if I get drunk enough, I'm giving away a Thor number 2 9.8. I just do dumb stuff like that. I'm crazy.
That's fun. That's fun, man. So let's get back around.
Sorry for the roadblock. I mean
no, that's fun. That's fun. It's engaging. It's fun. It gets the chat engaged. It gets everybody watching engaged. It's a good time. But so this is actually great coming back around. We've done 2 giveaways. Everybody's watching. We're going to do a major announcement here really quick. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again because I haven't done that enough yet tonight. But Mainframe Comic Con is coming up again. And this is version 3 of Mainframe Comic Con. They're doing a 3rd one coming up in 15 days. And I hope you guys are ready for this, because this is going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be multicasted again to different channels. You're going to be able to come right to mainframecomiccon.com to see the live feeds. But this guest list is just bigger, so much bigger than even the first Mainframe Comic Con. They've come a long way. This is the 3rd iteration. Tom King, Mark Wade, Eric Powell, Nosferatu. Ooh, Yeah. Greg Rucka, Chip Zdarsky, the reunion panel for The Walking Dead, and some of those guests are named further down. Donnie Cates,
Really?
Eastman, Alex Alonso, Jacques is going to be on there. Al Ewing, Steve Orlando, which is awesome. I had an opportunity to host a panel for Hero Initiative with Steve Orlando, who is awesome. I loved having that interview with him. Steve Orlando was a great time talking and hanging out with him.
I met Steve Orlando at a local comic shop for a signing, and it felt like I knew him for like years. Great dude. Yeah,
he's a great dude. Anthony Cleveland. I'm going to start butchering names. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and skip over the names I'm going to butcher for the moment. But you can see this, man. Christopher Cantwell, Colin Bunn.
What exactly is Mainframe Con, though?
David M. Boer from Kanto. So Mainframe Comic Con was started early in 2020 with everything that was going on. After C2E2 and people started realizing that cons were going to get canceled, some gentlemen from the Comic Corps and I can see his name. I can see his face. Chuckload of Comics. Chuck from Chuckload of Comics and the Comic Corps teamed up with the idea of Mainframe Comic Con. Like, we need to make this happen. It's going to be really cool to deliver content to people that's still Comic Con related, yet people can view it from their own home. And Mainframe Comic Con is free. Let me get up close to the mic here. Mainframe Comic Con is FREE. Free to watch, free to enjoy, free to go and hang out.
But hey, what if we want to get variants? Do they have variants at this Comic Con? Because that's why the only reason I go to Comic Con is to get variants.
I wish I could answer that for you. I've got to dig deeper into the website. I know that there's San Diego Comic Con dropped variants after they did their online. So maybe that'll happen here with Mainframe Comic Con. Will drop some variant information during the convention for people to pay attention to and look at. George C. Romero, Frank Gogol, Drew Zucker from Kanto. Oh man,
Frank Gogol's one of the nicest guys.
Hardest working man in show business.
Yeah, he's in there.
And the list just keeps going and going and going and going. This is more. I need a whole another hour-long show just to talk about this, to be honest with you. And look at the people from Walking Dead. Dan Fogler, Michael Cuditz, Cooper Andrews. Oh man, yeah, that's my favorite right there. Cooper Andrews.
He seems like he's cool.
I mean, look at all the people from Walking Dead. A lot of celebrity guests. Emma Bell. I mean, I'm just going to keep scrolling here. You guys got to go to mainframecomiccon.com and check out what they have coming up.
I hope Mainframe got the bandwidth to cover this epicness that's about to go down.
15 days. 15 days they're doing that.
Hold up, Bolo's in the building? You got Bolo in it? Oh, man.
Hey, Bolo's in the house. Hey, thanks for helping out, man. Thanks for hanging out.
So try to tell you, if Bolo's here,
now you'll also be able to check out Mainframe Comic Con and Simpleman's Comics. That is correct. They're going to be multicasting to Simpleman's Comics, and they're going to be. In fact, I think if I remember correctly, Jack and Brian are going to be handling some of those interviews and some of those guests. Really looking forward to that.
That's how you know you made it when Bolo come on your show to say what up. But
that's epic.
You know you really made it. You know you really made it if Superman himself comes on. That's what, because he has to get out of bed. He has a whole bunch of shit to do. If he comes on and says hello, that's when you really know you made it. I haven't got there yet.
Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, Jack. Your time's very appreciative. I know you're a super busy man. You and Brian are killing the content, killing the shows, and killing the free Comic Con prep for Mainframe Comic Con. You guys are actually, they're in a meeting right now. So thanks for taking the time while you're in a meeting to come chat with us.
For sure.
And I could talk about Mainframe Comic Con for a whole nother hour. Please go see mainframecomiccon.com. Check out Simpleman's Comics on IG and the Mainframe Comic Con IG. All you have to do is search Mainframe Comic Con. You're going to find the social media aspects of that, and search Simpleman's Comics. You'll find that. Search the Comic Corps. You'll find that. More people rolling in the chat. Hey, Ruben, man, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your time. So we've done a couple of giveaways. We've done a massive shout out for Mainframe Comic Con. It's only 15 days away. I can't believe that. Middle of August. And we're going to get back into
speculation.
speculation. We've kind of defined speculation a little bit, and I touch bases a little bit. I feel like speculation is in the eye of the beholder. And if I'm in there digging in the dollar bins because I didn't want to pay full price, that's a form of speculation. If I'm in there buying books on Wednesday and I'm buying 2 copies, I'm buying my reader copy and I'm buying my copy to send to CGC, that's a form of speculation. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Speculation isn't bad. Speculation is what drives a lot of how things happen and a lot of how things get printed, produced. And let's put it this way. Comic book creators, writers, and artists are creating the things that they are based on the speculation that's happening right now. The things that is scary in a good way, though. You know, what's hot right now is they're going to continue to look at that. And okay, so maybe I'm fanboying really hard on that. Is the things that I love to buy and collect. I like to think that they're going to continue to do that stuff in the future, but then that's probably where I might be wrong.
All right, so the thing I want creators and companies to understand, if you want to play the spec game, right, you have to make sure your characters are organic. You just can't do shit just because you want to do it. New Warriors, I'm talking to you. It has to be organic. It has to be let the something like they say called let the beat build. Happened with Miles. Miles came out. They wanted to change Spider-Man. They let the beat build. It became a hit. Spider-Gwen. They took a shot. They let the beat build. Became a hit. That I was totally against the New Warrior shift. As soon as I see that, like, this is so forced. It's so stupid. Don't fucking put this out there. And I'm glad they didn't. Hope they're not still. You know what I mean? Again, this Robin King that's going to go on next week. I thought it was the stupidest thing. I was talking to my man Donovan last week on the show. Like 2 weeks ago. I was like, this is stupid. But I heard the story. I heard what might happen in the book. I was like, okay. And then it just took off crazy. Is that good? I don't know. I'd like to get your thoughts.
I want to hear what Nico has to say on this because the Robin King thing I didn't pay attention to at all because honestly I was completely distracted by Donny Cates and Thor and Venom and everything going on. I got to be dead honest on you with that. There's so many variants happening there, and there's so many there's so much time. There's so little time in the day and so much attention I could pay to things that I got overloaded with Thor and Venom and the store variants that were coming out. It was like I bought a couple of sets, and by that time, at that point, I was like, I had overload at that moment. So, Nico, man, where are you at with this Robin King thing?
I don't know. I haven't read any of those books. I thought the little guy looked cute. But all right, here's kind of sort of the deal, right? Like some people, they want to, like, they think that with the power of their will and their, big opinions and loud mouth and whatever, that they're going to stop the tidal wave. They're going to drown, right? And all I suggest is rather than being critical of the current of the ocean, learn to ride the waves, right? Know when to jump on and when to jump off. And sometimes you miss them and sometimes you still crash. But if you can just learn to surf the waves, you won't drown in the comic book ocean. The other people are just struggling to swim. So okay, is it good or bad with this whole Robin King excitement that an A cover is $25 on eBay? I mean, I'm less concerned about that than I am about why I didn't know it was going to be a $25 book and how I don't miss it next time. About what the proper price point is for me to actually buy the book. Because at this point, I want to be able to answer your question. Is it cool? Is it not? Hell, I don't know. That's kind of the way I sort of see the comic market is, how can I participate in it in a way that's enjoyable for me, not get smashed. I would certainly not pay $500 for a ratio of a book before it ever came out for a character that nobody knows anything about. I find that to be ridiculous. I mean, it's just silly. Is it good for the health of the market? Obviously not. But it is what it is. I'm not trying to change the market with, me screaming and yelling. It's not gonna happen.
That's
Hell, you can't get people to wear like masks to fucking go out and cough and whatever and lick their doorknobs and shit. I mean, trying to get them to like not buy fucking
don't lick
$100.
the doorknobs equates to don't pay $500 for a ratio.
Right, you know what I mean? Like I can't stop them from doing that. You know, I'm like, well, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I just try to like be the change I want to see in the world, and you know, avoid the guy who just licked the doorknob from coughing on me and giving me his germs. Sorry for like a lot of bad metaphors, but
no, you made a really great metaphor, and I'm glad Bolo's still hanging out here with the door knobby lickies. Thanks, man, because that makes a great point segueing into don't be afraid to miss that wave too. Brian,
I'm totally afraid.
Brian, I get FOMO too, man. Don't get me wrong. Brian and Jack and you guys as a whole years ago recognized what's called the spec cycle and said, hey, don't be afraid to miss that first wave because there's another one coming. Look for that dip in that wave and pay attention to that. And
safer.
Yeah. And I got to be honest with you, I've been much more successful in building my personal comic book collection on your guys' advice and Brian and Jack with that riding that wave is that first initial spike. Man, I get FOMO too, just like everybody else, and I want to buy something. But
yeah, we all do. We like hot shit. Yeah,
6 months to a year on biting nails, and I'm like, yeah, there it is. There's a dip in price. It's still more than cover price, but it's certainly not $150. But yeah,
I had made a thing called T-Tom. The theory about shout out to my man Dino. He made a fucking chart about, and then you got the fucking when the book come out, you got the fucking the undercutter wave. So it's going to be a whole bunch of copies up there. People are going to undercut. You could, if you want a book, you could buy that undercutter wave. Then you got the hater wave. Then you got the hater wave. The motherfuckers who didn't buy the book, who refused to pay with the prices.
She said the hater wave.
Yeah. If a book survives the undercutter wave and the hater wave, it's gonna spike back up and become a classic. And you just wait for that movie news to pop, and it's gonna go through the roof. This shit happens with every fucking book. I'm telling you, you got a undercutter wave and a fucking hater wave. There's two waves right there. If you want to buy a book, you buy it on the undercutter wave.
Well, I don't think it's as simple as what Mel said. I must say he's 80% of the way true for sure. 100% of the time, he's 80% true. I guarantee it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Here's something I kind of want to challenge your guys' thought process with to think about is I wonder if it's changing a little bit. Think of the way we absorbed content in the 80s and the 90s with movies and with news and everything else. And then in the early 2000s with the advent of computers and the internet and how we absorb content now, I feel like comic books are catching up. Shorter form content, faster rewards. We get rewarded much faster with content now than we ever did. You don't have to sit through a 2-hour movie to get rewarded like you do now. You can sit through a 10-minute reaction video. What if what we're seeing now with the Donny Cates stuff, and what if what we're seeing now in the market this year because of everybody staying at home and a lot of the restrictions put in place, what if we're seeing instant gratification and instant rewards in the market now that we had never seen before? I'm posing a rhetorical question and just a thought process.
It's an interesting thing I think that you're saying, and here's kind of something I've been talking about recently, which is, you remember when we had to wait to see Guardians of the Galaxy before those books spiked?
Yeah.
Right? And like you had your stash of first appearances of Rocket and all those things because you're a good speculator. And then the movie came out. The books went crazy and you're like, oh, wow! And then with the Avengers movies, it was like, well, you know, when the trailer hit, boy, those books sky high, right? And now here after D23 and SDCC with the announcement of Shang-Chi and, you know, Blade, you name it, it was the mere announcement of the book and boom, through the roof, right? Like, we're going to do this as live action. We're going to do this as live action. And then enter the COVID 2020 market. And it's, well, that could be a thing. And the books go bananas, right? Like just the mere prospect of there being a live action deal. So I think what you're saying is 100% correct, that we've got like a culture that is committed to instant gratification. We want what we want. We want it now. We want it yesterday, and we want more of it. And I don't know that that's going to last forever. I fear that this kind of like craziness in the modern market is short-lived at best. Okay, I really do.
Sorry.
Oh, well, that's why I tell people, like, sell modern books, buy timeless books. I tell Mel that. I tell everybody that.
Every day.
We just did last week's episode about why now is a good time to sell modern comic books, and it wasn't well received.
God bless them. That's why it's good advice.
Listen, advice.
I want to buy modern comics.
The comic market depends on what's going on with Congress. And if you don't understand that, watch what happens.
Yeah. And I wholeheartedly feel like I'm witnessing a shift in the way the comic book market, secondary market, is running and working, and figuring out why is almost like a losing battle. Understanding that it's happening is the forefront of where you really want to win. And Jack's right in what you guys are saying. If you're not buying long term today, you're already way late, because these books are pre-selling and spiking before they even hit the racks. Sometimes a little before FOC.
All of these books are going to come down.
Yeah. I mean,
here's the other thing that's bad, right, Mel? So, like, there are some books that should not come down, right? They were, like, legitimately, I mean, it was their time to shine. They got no shot. All of the crazy spikes
like
for
turtles.
all of the crazy... No, not like turtles.
Sorry, Nico. Sorry,
if that's
Nico.
an inside joke, then I'm not hip to it. If that was like Prime to Explode. Jack likes turtles, but that's not accurate. But
I like turtles.
Anyway, yeah, I mean,
the little ugly
he likes He-Man and some other things, but no. But anyway, sell the turtles too. Trust your buddy George. But anyway, but the point is, there are certain books, right, that, like, obviously, there's like a handful of hundreds of copies of them, maybe like 1,000 copies, huge books, and they're now priced the same price as books that, just they don't have the comparative rarity. They're other just like trash issues, non-key issues, really kind of like irrelevant characters in the grander scheme of things, and they've all gone sky high. All right, and I'm not going to name them because everybody's going to get butthurt. Jack and I are friends, so I can break his balls about turtles, and he won't care. But if I start telling Mel he should sell his fucking Mel books, he wants to choke me, and we're friends too.
I'm gonna fucking choke when I see you.
And like the list goes on, right? Like the list goes on. It's not an established character. The turtles are.
Not yet. It goes back to what I was saying. How do you get established? How does Spider-Man get established? People like them. People love no.
The point is, right? So,
fuck.
The point is, we have all of these like classic books, right? Theoretically, like, one I'm about to buy, so I don't want to talk about it, but, that are like super rare variants of super key appearances of you know what I mean? And they're now the price of like a fourth print of some random book that's not really that significant, but it took off because there were 5 copies on eBay and somebody bought all 5 and stuck one up at $150, $250, and somebody else bought it and then, stuck another one up at $300, and all of a sudden it's a $500 book and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And you got to be careful of that because it doesn't take shenanigans. I wrote about that like a week or so ago. All it takes is FOMO. It doesn't take like a concerted effort at fraud. All it takes is like a couple bad decisions. When you sprinkle fraud in there too, because we know that shit's going on as well. Lights out. It's just a lot of opportunities for bad advice to be jumped on, for like bad investments to be jumped on, and when people get burned when they spend like $500 on a book, they might not want to come back to comics. And that's why there are so many hard feelings about speculation.
Well, that's an incredible point, and Mel, I'll move to you in just a second here. This is the key thing: is as a buyer, as a comic book collector, you don't have to act at all. You can take this information and sit on it and have zero reaction and see what happens. I do that with stocks all the time, and then every week I'm like, God, I wish I would have bought that stock. I would have had an extra $500. I do the same thing with stocks. I don't buy them because it's really risky. Stocks can be really risky. Comics can be the same way, man. There are so many more comics that I don't buy because even with people like opinions on a comic book that I agree with, I'm like, you know what? That guy over there has that guy, Adrian APM. I'm picking on him because I see him. Adrian APM, I agree with his standpoint. And I agree with his idea. I should buy that book, and I'll sit on it and I'll sleep on it, and I won't do it. And then a week later, I'll regret it. And that happens. At the end of the day, each individual person can choose to act or not act. That's solely where it lies in the end. Like nobody's telling you to completely 100% agree with somebody's opinion. That's speculation there. It's speculation in the eye of the beholder, man. And Mel, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I was reading a comment, stocks and comics. Stocks and comics are very similar. I made a couple of dollars on stocks based on what I know about comics. I know when to get in. I know when to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out now.
That's true, man. Stocks are very volatile. In that market, man, that market just kind of sits and bumps and bumps and bumps and bumps. And I feel like comic books are kind of mirroring something similar.
It's the same motherfucker going like this in the mirror. Comics and stuff got the same motherfucker doing it.
Well, you had a really good point right earlier. You said the comic book market is very rich right now. And I agree with that 100%. If you turn around and see a Thor #4 first print CGC 9.8 starting to sell for hundreds of dollars, and that book just came out a month ago, or
a Raw #2 is selling for $100. A Raw #2. I got that book off the shelf a mere 2 weeks ago when I was last at work. I bought two of them.
And let me just be the negative Debbie Downer.
I'm with you.
Okay. Let me try to provide a little fucking sanity to all of these like crazy prices. I was in a Half Price Books. Hello, Half Price Crook.
My man, Half Price. What up, baby?
All right. And they had the Thor 5. Is it the most? That's the most recent one that came out. Maybe Thor 6 came out today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Last week, the 5 had already been turned in by some asshole to Half Price Books. Think about that, right? And it had been turned in so fast, repriced it for like $12 or something. My buddy who I was there digging with saw it in their little showcase. This is in Pittsburgh or Columbus. I don't remember where we were. And was like, oh, dude, look, this is like selling for like $50 on eBay. I'm just going to buy it. I'm like, oh my God. Oof. And that's where we're at, right? It's been turned in to Half Price Books, repriced. They're not up on their inventory. During COVID, was already rebought by my buddy. And I don't know if he sold it yet, but he's at least had a solid 7 days to list it and sell it on eBay. That's the kind of craziness that's going on in the market here in the greater Pittsburgh area.
Shout out to Rhino. Rhino says he does stocks for a living, and he knows the term new money. It's a lot of new money in comics. Rhino, I need to holler at you, by the way. I want to know what your thoughts on Workhorse is. But we'll talk after show. Get at me, please.
So Rhino, I know for sure would love to be on your show one of these days, and you guys would love to collaborate
tomorrow.
New money. You're not kidding. So I want to point out, and I think you guys will agree with this, that earlier in the year when they did that stimulus, that fluxed in a lot of new money when they just print out that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that probably took that and ran with it right away. And there was a lot of us that sat on it. I chose to sat on it for my family and some other things, but I get it. That's a lot of printed money that hits the market, and that's a lot of new money in the stock market and comic books.
That's why I said Congress controls the comic market, because that $600 extra is going to get cut. People are going to start selling those books that they bought for thousands and thousands of dollars. They're going to start undercutting the market. In 4 months from now, it's going to be the time to buy these books. Trust me. Look at the cat. Trust me.
Yeah. So, for the record, my point is simply that I'm not trying to like change how the market operates. I just want to move with it, right?
Awareness.
So, yeah. So we know that there's these crazy prices, and I wish I had the discipline to have my inventory. I wish I had like the free time to have my books listed, to move them out on IG, Facebook, Instagram, eBay, wherever, with the kind of consistency that I should, instead of like, oh, that must be Nico's investor lot. There's 25 copies of the hottest books he should have sold 2 months ago. They're not really worth that much now, but all together I can buy them at the same time. I'll bid on that. But at least I'm getting rid of them. And then, like one of your contributors in the live chat, I'm like in on a golden age Batman book or whatever it may be. Maybe like Blade's your thing. You're really excited about Mahershala Ali. Because the other way we get new money is not just from stimulus, but it's from new buyers, right? And this I think old school idea that like movies don't affect classic books is wrong and silly, and it's also like speculators are the devil. It's just illogical. When Mr. Hedge Fund takes his like 15-year-old son to go watch Blade, and he's like, Dad, I want to collect comic books, and Dad calls his coin guy where he buys gold bars, and he's like, well, the Blade book to buy is Tomb of Dracula 10. We can get you a 9.8 for your son for $40,000. That's new money in the market. To them, it's no big deal, but like those buyers are out there. They're out there. They come in all the time. We saw what they did with the Wonder Woman trifecta. That book, good Lord, the growth that I got. And so all those markets, right? And I think, as we continue to rustle in new viewers for things like the forthcoming Kamala Khan TV show and the other stuff on Disney Plus, we're going to rustle in new collectors. And I want to make sure that we have a community that welcomes them, that doesn't say like, you're doing this wrong, you should do it the way I do it. But instead, can kind of like shepherd people who are newer in the market, teach them about things like final order cutoff and, like where to go get discounts on books and cool trades to read. And that's why I like you, Andy, because of what you do here. You're a comics guy, and that means a lot. Same with Mel. You never hear Mel saying like, this is wrong. He just says,
buy whatever the fuck you want to buy. I don't care.
Yeah, I catch some shade for saying this sometimes, and I'm like, I usually say it like this way. There really is no wrong answer, and some people are like, oh no, there's definitely a wrong answer. And I catch some shade here and there, and I'm like, there's no reason to be upset if somebody's going to do something differently, and there's no reason to get wound up or tied up if somebody disagrees. More importantly, those people that are disagreeing and that don't have the same ideology, I want to talk with them, because that fosters my knowledge and my education on, if I'm going to sit there and listen to them on why they think I'm wrong, and I'm going to take that time and I'm like, you know what, sell me on your opinion. And they do a good job of selling it. You know what? More often than not, even if I still continue to disagree with them at the end, I'm a richer person at the end of that discussion.
My man, Andy. Hell yeah, dude. Right. Mm-hmm. Best thing in the world is when you get to change your mind, learn something new.
Yeah. Disagreements and arguments and debates lead to richer, fuller discussions where people learn more, as long as we continue to remember to have an open mind and understand that, I could be 100% wrong on my idea, and all it takes is one person with a fresher set of knowledge to educate me on that. And I just got to remember to keep an open mind because things change extremely fast. The market and comic book industry, and let's talk about, you can't talk about the comic book industry without talking about new movies and TV shows and social media and everything else. It moves at a rate faster than I can humanly keep up with every week. So if I'm not keeping an open mind, then might as well just shut everything down, go sit on the couch and just drink beer and not watch anything because then there's no point at that aspect. I got to keep an open mind. I really,
and it's a team sport, right? Like I talk to Mel a couple times a week at least, right? And it's always like, us talking about different things that we both know that the other person doesn't know, that we've learned from, X, Y, or Z, and just kind of sharing good ideas.
Newsflash, 43 dislikes. So I'm happy that
you baby.
Strong.
That ain't strong. That's nothing.
Hey, I'm happy that these people are comfortable enough to sit and hit that dislike button and say that they disagree with that topic. I hope that in time they're comfortable enough to come and voice that disagreement.
They won't.
Well, why not? I mean, it's an open platform, I mean, Daymares. I mean, even Saga's popular.
Oh, I like Saga.
So do I.
Hurt my heart.
So the running joke in the community is with a number of people is they usually, when I start an episode or a show, they like Sandy. Ooh, Andy, do you even read Saga? Usually, when I start an episode or a show,
Saga's good, right?
They ask me like Andy, do you even read Saga? And I'm like, no, I don't read Saga at all. I mean, I don't even have a copy of Saga.
Bang bang.
And the funny thing is like I speculate to build my personal collection, and I'll admit to that every day, all day long. And there's a copy, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth printing copy. Ben from CBSI sold me that copy.
Which Ben? We
Ben
got
S.
3 now.
Ben S. Ben S got that in an unboxing from CGC, and Sean, Big Leg Sean, did the cleaning and pressing on that, and it came back 9.8. And I remember that night a year ago. I'm like, dude, I'm your buyer, man. I must have pestered him for 2 nights in a row.
I remember that. I think I watched that episode.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not selling to somebody. You're selling to a home. That book is going to a home, and it is staying there. And we reached an agreement, and I bought it for him, and it was definitely a fair price.
That was the last one you needed to complete your run, right, of all the printings?
From what I knew, I am now a better educated collector because there are other copies that I'm missing yet too.
The international,
the India Comic Con one, I have a raw copy of, but I don't have a graded one.
Well, hello.
That one's tough to find.
Yeah.
And there's a 2014 Image First version of Saga that is almost impossible to find as well because it was short printed.
Nice,
dude.
Nice.
It's tough.
All I got is one of those image reprints of Saga. That's all I got.
They're dollar books. And then by the time you get them done in if you can find them in 9.8, because they run that black border down the spine, $1 book, but people treat them like a $1 book. Yeah, I know, Nico. It's tough. I digress, though. I'm moving into a whole nother. I want to do a big Saga episode in the future when Saga comes back with some big players in the YouTube comic book community and in podcasting communities, because there's some major influencers out there. Well, I don't even know if influencers is the right term. There are people that love Saga wholeheartedly that would love to do a big reunion show when Saga comes back.
Do you think it'll ever be made into a TV show or anything like that?
Ooh, that's tough.
Okay, so here's my hope. And again, I think sometimes we're all guilty of this, right? No. We love something. Okay, we love something because we think it's awesome. And then we kind of rationalize the result we want to get there. Right? Okay. So listen to me talk about Saga. You'll hear me rationalize a pathway for it to be made into a television show or a film. And
you'll see no before you see Saga on the big screen.
Yeah.
So again, like we all are guilty of this, I think. It's hard to be objective. I mean, we all have our likes and dislikes. So I think the best plot forward, remember, Vaughn got picked up by Legendary, is for Dune to hit, and it hit big.
Yeah.
Huge. And then you need for Amazon, because they got big money, and they already said, no, East of West, we're going to let you go. Bye, Jonathan Hickman.
Well, Skeff
Take a hard look and spend that cash.
Skeff makes an incredibly important point too. Is Vaughn made it too complicated to be a show at the very beginning when Vaughn was writing this and when Fiona was doing the art on this? They did not. Brian was very wholeheartedly against it becoming a show or a movie. He didn't want somebody to do that, and I guess over the years he's kind of loosened up on that, and he's loosened up on the idea of somebody optioning it. But he's now stated. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the chat and everybody here watching. I think Brian K. Vaughan is stating that if there is going to be a Saga TV show or movie, that he doesn't want to be a part of it. He wants somebody else to take it and run with it and their interpretation of it. And I think that's the most that he's interested in voicing that. I agree with you, Mel.
You got to be the creator. Creator got to have that love.
I know, right? Saga can't be anything show or movie. So that's where a lot of people sit.
I liked the way that I rationalized the conclusion that I wanted.
You did, and I shut you down by saying you'll see Nell before on the big screen before Saga. So, get shut down. What about Monstrous?
Ooh, how is that not hit yet? I mean, so that's the spec cycle right there. Monstrous blew up, and go find a 9.8 of Monstrous now, and it's back down.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was the 9.8 of it itself. I was like,
it's back. Nico, correct me if I'm wrong, but that 9.8 of Monstrous is down at least 30-45%, if not a little bit more.
They're not worth anything. I don't know if you can get a cheap second print 9.8, but I know you can. The 9.8s of Monstrous are dirt cheap. The raw copies are dirt cheap. But there's and that's the time to buy, man. There are some books that don't go down. Saga doesn't go down. Chew #1 does not go down.
Oh God, I know that's on my hit list too. Is Chew, and that just not. It's stubborn.
Skepper, something's killing the children.
I don't know, man. There's talk about this being the next Walking Dead.
Man, listen. If it does, I'm gonna praise Bolo and Superman so much because they told me about this before it came out. I said, Mel, get on the Something's Killing the Children. So I was like, man, fuck out of here. And then it's another thing I want you new listeners to learn about me is when I say get the fuck out of here about something, it's gonna blow up. Robin King, Something's Killing the Kids. It's a laundry list of shit. Well, brushed off, and it just became popular. So I'm saying, I told this to Bolo. I was like, get the fuck out of Something's Killing the Kids shit. And it's. Look at the prices.
Indies are hard, man. Indies are a labor of love. They are not. They're not smart to spec on. I mean,
Bolo nailed it. Bolo nailed it, bro.
Well, look. So again, you can win on them. I mean, I do, but they're few and far between. They've got to be very specific titles, and again, they're not long for this earth. The long-term winners, right? Saga. Walking Dead, where you had to get in at the right price on that to not have gotten your ass reamed.
I'm surprised that still hasn't dipped further down. Yeah.
Well, the one is a winner. It's a classic book. Thank God. Just one of the greatest, iconic comic books of the last 50 years. But the point is, if you were buying, those other issues, those variants at the wrong price tag, you got creamed. I mean, there's so few winners when you look at all the independent titles. And the nice thing is for titles like Monstrous, right? Or stuff like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I mean, but just really, you can just kind of go through the indies that you've loved. I mean, even the ones that didn't go sky high, but went a little high.
Oblivion Song.
Oh, trashed, right? Not worth a thing. It's got a movie coming in there. Done.
Yeah.
Or you look at things that just never quite hit, but wow, it's important, and boom, crash. So they're fun. They're fun to get, but please God, don't pay at the top of the market.
Infidel was a number one that was it was another one that was primed to be a TV series or something like that, and I think it was optioned. Infidel was something out of late 2018, maybe early 2019, and it was a really good horror story, but it wasn't quite as good as like Gideon Falls, so it fell to the wayside.
That's another one to buy, yeah.
Gideon Falls is a good one. There's another one.
No,
great read, not worth anything. Infidel, great read, not worth anything. Had movie news, not worth anything. I mean, we can just kind of like go through just the ones that came out recently, but I was thinking about like over the course of like the last 10 years, loser after loser after loser, if you're counting price tags. If it's about like, I love that book and you bought them when they hit the shelves, man, you always win. I think you said that time and again, Andy. But Christ, if you don't love Something Killing the Children, please God, don't buy fucking them from market price. You're out of your mind. You'll lose your ass.
Here's another tip, speculator tip. What was once hot will always get hot again. If it was never hot, don't fucking buy it.
It's like, I think it's more like what was once supernova, right?
Yeah, we'll be hot again.
We'll be hot again.
That's a good point too.
But it's so true. Those classic books, man, they're always great.
They all come to, and Rhino will tell you, buy the dips.
Yeah,
I love Rhino. Rhino, please hit me up, bro.
Yeah. So let me hit up this chat again really quick with some new people showing up. Read or Die had a really good comment. Buy every only first issue Indian Walkaway. I heard that somewhere. Yep. So I've heard a lot of people say just buy all the number one. There are people actually at my local comic shop that their pull lists are all the number ones of all of the indie reads, and that's their thing. That's kind of their game.
Do they actually read them and then keep reading the ones that are good and not the ones that are bad?
I don't know. I mean, if it were me,
man.
Yeah, I don't know. If it were me and I would find the ones that I liked and then add those and continue pulling them. But that's a thing. People do that. This is a great question. What about Ryan? What about speculating around cover artists? Peach Momoko. I mean, the cover artists are a thing to speculate on as well. Not just writing and not just the comic books themselves, but the cover artists too. Art Germ was hot for a really long while too.
Saya should have been with Peach Momoko, isn't it?
Yeah, and they look, the shitty reality, I think, unfortunately, is that our comic book industry does not pay writers or artists what it should. These guys really they live for a gig to be a screenwriter or to actually get paid by an option that pays, not like, all right, here's $20,000. Thanks for the option. All the rights to my freaking book. Oh my God, I'm gonna put a gun in my mouth. And that happens far too often. So, like, okay, what happened with you name it, Perillo, Art Germ, most recently Peach Momoko. I mean, overexposure, their books are down, but like what we call overexposure, they call just getting paid. Like, let these poor people eat. My God.
Dude, get money, bro.
Yeah.
So let me quick shout out to the Golden Mini Card. There's a lot of new names in here tonight hanging out, and I appreciate you guys spending your time. And
give this man a thumbs up. Man, putting in this hard work. Give that man a thumbs up, please.
Hey, Andy's a stud. Yeah, cool. How can you dislike Andy? You can dislike me.
Oh yeah, you dislike me for sure.
But not Andy. He's just a kind soul. For the love of God.
Andy, you just a casualty of a war you had nothing to do with, bro.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. Anyone ever?
It's all a richer experience at the end, right? I mean, everybody's hanging out. The golden mini cart here is here. Thanks for showing up. Half Price Crook, I've seen you around, man. Thanks for stopping in on the Thursday show. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. Mike as well, man. I haven't seen you around too much, but thanks. I think there's a lot of new names tonight, and Newbie's been around quite a bit. Hey, thanks, man.
Oh yeah, that's junkie chat.
You know, the terrible part is now that Newbie strikes up a bit of a conversation that I want to talk about. Newbie, sorry for throwing you under the bus here. I unfortunately work nights and weekends now, so I have to miss every Friday night with you guys.
Oh.
Like now that I switched my schedule about 8, 9, 10 months ago, I don't get to catch Friday nights. I don't get to catch Saturdays or weekends. I am working when everybody else is having fun, and that blows.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if I got to go back to work on the weekends, then goodbye, Drunken Chat.
For a little while, for a little bit. Like, hey, up, down the 7. You're not late to the party. This party's just getting started.
Hold on, who late to the party? Who want a free book?
What's with all the thumbs down? People just are disagreeing with the chat we're having at the moment.
They don't like me.
So I really thought about this hard, man. When this all fell together and we're like, hey, we're gonna do this, and I'm like, Mel does his It's Drunken Chat, son. How do I carry that title forward without completely copying you? And I'm like, it's comic book speculation, son.
Yeah, it's comic book speculation, son.
It's all fun and games.
Hold on, what you just say? You said somebody asked you what?
He said, what's with all the thumbs down?
Oh, my fault. I thought you said something else. I'm sorry.
We are up to 56 thumbs down. So
56.
Adorable.
I'm gonna get this Drunken Chat on to get you some thumbs up, bro. If you want them.
It doesn't matter, man. It's all just an interaction at the end of the day, good or bad.
That's what they don't understand.
Keep in mind, most consumers are conditioned to consume complete runs. Ooh, hey, this is interesting. This actually poses a really good thought process. Consume complete runs. Netflix, HBO. I love that I can buy complete runs and still enjoy cover art. Yeah. Actually, he makes a great point, because when I buy into a comic book, a number 1 or a number 2, I'm sold until at least number 6 before I give up on something. Even if I don't like it, I will always give that first story arc a try. That's similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any veracity whatsoever to that at all. People are not conditioned to. Nobody's conditioned to watch like every fucking episode of Dallas. Like I'm in for the 13th year. We're conditioned for short little sound bites, and the 15-second thing, and then to mass consume, right? Like we'll binge watch. Like Umbrella Academy is going to drop tomorrow. I might watch the whole goddamn thing.
Oh yeah, dude!
That drops tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's tomorrow. Ooh, I gotta let you in on some of my ADD and what I have going on, because if I'm gonna catch like G.I. Joe from the '80s, the original cartoon, I gotta watch every second of every episode from start to finish. I'm like, I don't want to miss a thing. Don't let me miss a thing. That's just me though, and I don't know if it's because I'm conditioned like that. It's just that's a little bit of a FOMO talking right there too. I don't want to miss a little bit of information from one snippet of an episode from the second season or whatever. But
remember that episode, you can never return to Springfield or some shit like that, with shipwreck with the fucking Springfield, and people kept melting and shit. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was bugging the fuck out. Remember that? Kind of.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nah, that episode freaked me the fuck out.
G.I.
Joe. G.I. Joe, the cartoon.
I gotta go back and watch that again. It's been a hot minute. It's been a real hot minute.
That was 30 years since I've seen an episode of G.I. Joe. 30 years.
And every time I go online and I'm looking up G.I. Joe stuff, I end up in the remakes of the PSAs.
The classic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're not king.
You're not kicking. Get the fuck out of here. Pork chop sandwiches. That's what I end up getting stuck on with G.I. Joe. And knowing is half the battle. Oh, man. I'm going way off topic here at the moment. But
yeah, so we've gone off the rails. But, Andy, I want to thank you for inviting me on. This has really meant a lot to me. Dude, we got to do more of this. You're great to talk to. And I think, unbelievably, you and I see comics very much in the same way.
Oh, that's awesome, man. No, I appreciate you having the availability tonight to talk about it. And
I'm on the East Coast, so it's like almost midnight. I mean, I'm not married. I don't have kids. That's why I have disposable income to do things like buy Saga 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I still want that poster behind you.
Oh. Yeah, I subbed the 9.8 of the RRP. Another story for another time.
Sorry.
Strong like bull. Strong like
Yes. We caved in and made that happen eventually at one point. Mel, man, we've been going strong. I know, like, I'm just kind of waiting for Mel to tell me he gets tired, but that's never going to happen because he's going
to keep drinking.
I want to give a quick shout out to one of the first Twitch watchers, Twitch followers, and Twitch commenters earlier. He's like, that guy at the bottom was wasted or high. And then he's like, so we multi-stream to Twitch, to Facebook, to YouTube.
Shout out to Bleach Sauce now.
Bleach Sauce, you might need to sleep, my guy. You wasted. And I'm like, dude, if you only know Mel, he's just getting fired up.
I'm just getting started. I might do a drunken chat tonight.
4 more hours to go, and he's like, get some rest, friend. And I'm like, Mel's just getting started. You have no idea, man.
That's the kind of concerned, like, soul that I need in my life. Somebody that would care enough to be like, I think that you should probably get some rest. Right? My friends are like, we're gonna keep going. I don't care if you lose your job. Let's go.
I'm not hurting nobody, man. Just don't get in my way, man. I'm good.
Bob World, man, thanks for stopping in. So if you guys don't know Bob World is an awesome part of this community. Yeah. Check out Bob World, his YouTube channel. So Bob World actually has made all of the opening and closing segments for the Comic Core and has taken the time to make those things. And we really appreciate him and what he does. Every episode on the Comic Core, you'll find in the description near the middle there, it says, enjoy what you've seen. Please sub up Bob World because he's made those segments. He's made those bumpers and those open and closing segments, and he's taken the time to do that. So please click that link, give him some love, check him out. It's appreciated.
Well, hey, Big Ben wants a tip on a book, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to get off some tips on books?
We want to share a spec book.
Yeah, late number. I mean, I thought these were pretty smart ones, like late number static. Are you kidding me? Good luck trying to find them. Tag and blinks. You can pull them out of dollar bins. They'll get like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 bucks a piece. Those are 4G. Trust me, they'll get that much. But we can do more. Mel, do you want to start? I've got spec books for days.
No, I don't spec anymore. Now you know what it is. I can't keep up with the young wave of speculators like Lucas Fashina, Dollar Bin, Newbie Comics. I mean, they're just killing it right now. Your man, Short Long Box is his name. Long Short Box,
Mr. Long Short, yeah.
Mr.
I put together the dirty dozen.
Your squad is sick. Me myself, I'm an old school speculator. I remember when I was a rookie, there were a lot of old school speculators that passed me down the torch. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to everybody that was on Pressing with Defects with. You know what I'm saying? All of those guys taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm passing the torch. I mean, they gave me the torch. I'm passing the torch down to like I said, Dollar Bin, Lucas Fashina, Newbie Comics. You know what I'm saying? Those guys just gonna do their thing. I'm kind of retired right now. If I see something I might come out, spar a little bit with the youngsters, but that's all y'all.
I don't know. I don't really know how to give advice on this because I don't know that anything that I buy and I collect is really what other people are interested in. But what I'm buying and paying attention to I'm using the trifecta model that Simpleman's Comics talked about a couple of years ago, where you pay attention to scarcity, first appearances, and hot cover art. So let's case in point here. Thor #5 second print. It's got a better cover in my opinion. Supposed to be the first appearance if that is going to be a first appearance, and that second print should be much shorter printed than the cover A first print.
Door 5 125 period said done.
There, yeah. Thank you. But I'm not going out and buying ratio variants and all this other stuff.
That's the one you want. That's the one you're gonna get. That's the one
you want to know what I'm honestly and wholeheartedly buying that people probably don't care about. Very low print run Punisher stuff out of the 90s.
Smart.
Because I can't get it's so incredibly difficult to get those in 9/8 right now that I'm trying to find those for my personal collection to get that 9/8 run. And that is hard because the paper quality was trash back then, just as it is now. And those books, trying to get those in 9.8 white pages is super hard even now. And 10 years ago, people were selling those for $30 a 9.8. And so I had this grandiose idea. So I could build a run at $30 a book. And here I am 10 years later, not finding what I'm looking for, and it's not available. Oof.
This. I mean, I bought a copy of Drunk, by the way, the first Outlaw, and when it came on my doorstep, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Albert Black Punisher. I was like, "Yeah, I bought him. I bought 4 of them."
Did I convince you to buy the Outlawed?
No, the Black Punisher Outlaw, not that bullshit you told me about.
Shit, I told you to buy $500 fucking dollars. I don't know. You should have listened to me, not your stupid Black Punisher thing.
No, but the creation is it was Comic Karma. I found one in my box. You see the pictures on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I do not remember buying that book. I remember seeing it and thinking it was like, what is this, Black Power Rangers reboot? But it wasn't. It was Outlaw. And it did like try to say, oh, it's the first time they appear out of costume. The book is whatever.
The book's all about the cover art, dude. It's all about the cover art.
Sketch got a great point. There's Thor 2 as a DC Universe appearance and Strange Academy appearance. That's another trifecta right there as well. That's why Thor 2 is catching the heat that it really is.
Yeah, and then also nobody wants to talk about. There's a 1 in 25 with no store variants. Look it up. That book is going to be a beast, bro. Watch.
Oh boy. So we're approaching that 2-hour mark. So I want to take a quick moment.
Keep it going, bro.
Well, I want to take a quick moment. So on the Comic Core every Thursday night, excuse me, we close out the Monday Modern Men read. So every week when we read a book on Monday's Modern Men on the Comic Core, we post a poll for the next week for everybody to view and vote. So everybody here in the chat, all 38 people watching, if you go to the community tab on the Comic Core, you can quick put in a vote on what we're going to be reading next Monday. So please take the time, if you haven't already, check out that community vote. In another minute or two here, I'm going to close that vote, and you guys can sway what we're going to end up reading. And let me go over what we're reading for next week and get to the point where I can share my screen. I'm really looking forward to this because the top 5 that you guys can vote from or choose from: Sandman by Neil Gaiman, Fantastic Four by Mark Waid and Mike, Six Gun by Colin Bunn, Thor by Jason Aaron, and the TMNT ongoing series in IDW, Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz. So I have not placed my vote yet, and we currently have 33 votes. So everybody watching, go ahead and try and go vote really quick and get us over that 40 vote mark. Maybe get us to 45 or 50 votes. The 20 plus the 38 people watching. If you haven't voted yet, please go push that vote. Go sway that opinion. We'll see what's coming up here. So I'll revisit that in just a moment. That's one of the things we do on Thursday night, and we'll keep going here for a little bit.
Yeah,
but speculate.
Okay. Drunken Chat Army. My man is down 21. It's third quarter.
Drunken Chat Army. Who's in? Pat. I see Patrick. I see.
I got a crew. I got a crew. Let's just bring these thumbs up, people. There we go. 40. That's it. Let's go. Raise them up.
Oh, look at that. We popped up to 37 votes. People, I'm not going to vote till the very end for what we're going to read on Monday's Modern Men. And this is a show that's near and dear to my heart every week on Monday night, run by Carson Woodard, CW19 of the Comic Core. And we're reading modern comic books, and we're deep diving into those comic books and the creators and the artists and the writers. And that's a lot of fun. So that vote is up every week if you guys are interested in voting in it and interested in reading along. But yeah, speculation books, man.
I mean, all right. So I gave away my speculation books a long time ago, man.
That's what I buy. That's what I buy. You want to see what I bought? Here, yeah. These are the other books you could. I buy books that are gonna be worth more money.
I bought the Strange Academy second print that hit
Yeah, this isn't like it's not super freaking complicated.
Well, well,
People
my
have like speculations like I'm gonna buy. I want you to tell me a book that I can spend $4 on, and I want to be able to make $400 this week.
I give you that Thor 2/125 is my speculation book.
You want to see the stack? We'll just run through them. It's real easy, right? All these were important to everybody who's 30, 35 to 45 years old. Buy high grade copies for $20. Same deal here. There's
20 now. I was buying those out of dollar bins last year.
Yep, I did too.
Same deal. Bishop, Black Lives Matter. It's a no brainer. If you're not buying them, you're out of your mind. Same deal here.
In high grade,
right? This
Yep.
$20, third print. Everybody's like, third prints matter. That's a third print that matters.
For sure.
Same deal. First prints, right? Second prints. When I tell you I buy multiple copies, believe it.
For sure.
Second print. You should screenshot these if you care. Right? I mean, seriously, second print. That's why I'm buying it.
That right there is rarer than that other shit you're talking about. Print. That's the rarest, Miles.
First appearance.
Oh yeah, the first Starling, right?
Third print.
Yep.
Might be Owen Wilson.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Nico? Let me cut you off for 1 second. Because I'm about to shout you out.
Preacher, yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, dirt cheap.
How can we have a speculation show without mentioning Gary Nessa?
Gary's dropping new content on the CBSI Tales from the FlipSide channel as part of the Modern Playbook. I didn't want to give it away.
That motherfucker right there.
The announcement will be in the weekend update this Saturday on comicbookinvest.com. You'll see his content as soon as the one and only Brian McClay edits. He's here now.
Hopefully we get Gary on. Hopefully we get Gary on tomorrow. But if not, hey, I ain't mad. Hey, listen, that dude right there is a super top of the food chain, the lion of the lion in the jungle when it comes to spec. Son is a super beast.
That guy, I bet you that guy reads a shit ton of comic books too.
That's all he do, and he teaches. So God bless him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll finish this quick little stack and I'm gonna sign off. But I mean, you want spec books? Here's 50 of them. This one, screenshot it. You had to mail it away for it. Hard as hell to get.
I'd love me some Star Wars books.
They pop up on eBay. Grab the Adam Hughes, anything with boobies on it. Okay.
Oh, She-Hulk. Yes, She-Hulk.
Yeah, She-Hulk with boobies are always a win. That's just for my personal collection. Also just for my personal collection. Sword in the Stone got optioned. Okay. You can still get those cheap. You only want the high grades. I'm still buying Eternals. They're so damn cheap. First Cersei.
Okay. So Eternals is starting to make an uptick in price again, I think.
Should have bought them when I did.
I know.
Yeah, the Knights of the Old Republic. There's a great list of all the first appearances. I think it's the one with movie potential. Only out of dollar bins. You can't buy them on eBay. They're too damn expensive. Okay.
Yep.
You guys know the deal. Black Panther 1, down. Black Lives Matter. It's going to be up. Nomad first appearances. Really expensive on eBay. Not expensive in long box at your local comic shop. Go pull them. Go sell them on eBay. I love Hack and Slash. Ooh. Don't forget about our little buddy, the Polka Dot Man, coming to Suicide Squad. Thanks you James Gunn. I love this Bishop variant. It's from San Diego Comic Con. Dirt cheap. May be his standout book, not the first appearance.
Ooh, okay.
Right. Cool variant, came out of Canada. I like it just for the cover, but dirt cheap. My buddy Mel V told me to be buying these.
Yes, sir.
So I did, Mel. So I did.
That's the 1 in 10 or 1 in 25 variant. That one's
it's listed as a 1 in 75, but it's a whole lot more out there.
Yeah, 1 in 75. All white cover. If you collect Saga, you know all about all in white, all white covers. Yeah.
Yeah, and Wolverine, he's coming in a big way. You don't have to buy Hulk 181s. You just have to make enough money on the rest of his books that you can buy Hulk 181s. I'm done, Andy. It was a joy to be here. You're a kind soul, and I wish that more people were like you in our community. I wish more people would have your kind of like, I love comics, teach me about comics. I'm going to learn from you. You can learn from me. We can learn from one another. This community is great. Everybody's got a place here, sort of worldview. I know Mel does.
Yeah, I mean, just try to be nice, you know.
Yeah.
And people don't want to be nice. It is what it is.
God bless them. I'm going to listen on my cell phone.
It's all funny books at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's all comic book. Yeah.
I wish it was that easy.
That's the great legend at the end. He's like, it's all funny books. And it's like, you know.
Yo, great legend. I want you on my Saturday night show if you're watching, buddy. I'd like to talk.
Dude, that'd be good. I'd look forward to that.
It would be a lot of fun. He's awesome. And we both love Golden Age books. So I think we could talk about all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh God, yeah, that'd be a great.
I want to see your whiz too, bro.
That'd be an epic discussion. That would be an epic discussion. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out next week's Monday night Modern Men read. We've given them a good 10 minutes or so to finish voting, and let me hit this refresh button and then share the old screen here.
You're gonna listen to my friends.
We bumped up to 37 votes, so I'm gonna place my last vote here, and I don't think there's a bad read in this bunch. But I've been digging Sandman lately, and Sandman's been catching a lot of attention. So, oof. looks like Thor by Jason Aaron is winning for next week's Monday Modern Men read, and I didn't do so well with the Sandman pick, but hey. So I'm gonna go actually, instead of just sitting here and talking and thinking about it, Thor. Well, I can't type either. There it is. Thor wins, and we are closed out for next Monday. Oh, and Nico dropped out. Maybe he'll come back in a minute.
No, he's out of here.
Oh, he is out. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping to give him a hot minute to see where people can check him out. But yeah, so we're approaching that 2-hour mark. We closed out the Monday Modern Men. We talked about Mainframe Comic Con coming up really quick, and appreciate everybody's time. Appreciate the 30+ people watching tonight. That was a blast. Thank you, everybody, for your comments.
What was the most you ever had before?
Say that again.
What was the most live this you ever had before?
This is the most people that have been to a live Thursday, Indie Given Thursday.
And then you got more thumbs down, but we're gonna help with that.
There are currently 66 thumbs down and 43 thumbs up. So
don't worry about that. Don't even worry.
I'm glad everybody's voicing their opinions.
Don't even worry about that, bro.
I'm glad everybody came in the chat and came hard in the chat and voiced their opinions too on what they thought. And all the new names. You know, Tony, hey, thanks for coming out tonight. New name to the Thursday night show. Up, down the 7. I've seen you a little bit here. It was good having you in tonight. Newbie Comics is still hanging tough with us after almost 2 hours. Scaff is still hanging tough with us. Thank you very, very much. He's headed to bed.
So you gotta return the favor and come on Drunken Chat, bro.
Yes, I gotta do that. That's gonna be a blast, man. I gotta take time off and be available for the day before, the day of, and the day after, because that's what it's gonna take. Mike, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been a blast. So I usually go around the horn and ask where people can find you. So Nico, Tales from the FlipSide. Everybody watching, you can check out Nico on Tales from the FlipSide with his weekend correspondence that he does. You can find him on Instagram, and you can find him on Facebook, and you can find him here on YouTube on Tales from the FlipSide. So please do check out the show description down below. If you agree, or I don't care if you agree or disagree with him, check him out. If you disagree with him, voice that opinion. Send him a message and be like, "Hey, I disagree with you this," and you strike up that conversation. It's going to be a good thing in the end.
Yeah.
So, Mel, man, where can people find you, and what do you have going on, bro?
It's drunken chat, son. Usually Friday nights. I mean, we go on any time, any place. I might go on tonight. Just have those notifications ready. I'm always giving out just free books. All you gotta do is come in the chat, state your name, and you're automatically entered into the wheel of names. It's like kind of like how we just did here. That's basically what we do on this drunken chat, son.
We gave him a little taste.
We gave him a little taste. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I promote peace. I don't want no drama. I don't promote no drama. People got a problem with me. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. But I promote peace. I want peace for everybody in the comic community. I want everywhere to be just non-toxic. So if you're in a toxic place and you want to get out the toxic place, come on through this drunken chat, man. All we do is talking about comics, drinking, having a good time, bugging the fuck out. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure coming on. And also, hit me on Instagram. It's drunken chat, son. At It's drunken chat, son. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for you to finish that T-shirt design and put those T-shirts up, man. Because I'm definitely buying one of those It's Drunken Chat Son T-shirts because that's OG level for me right there.
OG shit. I'm glad we get this to pop off because this was like two years in the making, year and a half in the making.
It's been a couple of years, yeah, 2 years. Because originally, when I had the availability, you had more guests than you could make time for in any given week. And there was a lot popping off and there was a lot happening. And then all of a sudden, it's like my schedule changed and it wasn't working out. And you took about a 2-month break, I think, for yourself, which is great.
No, I had to get a new job and I couldn't do the show.
I thought you were just taking a break because you were so super cool that you're like, I don't care about you guys. I'm going to chill out. And I'm going to take a vacation.
I got a new job and I had to change my shop. Like you was working nights and working weekends. I couldn't do this shit no more. Unfortunately, COVID came. But when COVID came, it allowed me to do the show again. I mean, the show is definitely not gonna be around when I have to go back to work. So I want people to understand that. But while we're here, we're having a good time. I'm gonna give away as much free shit as possible. And the more drunk I get, the more stupid the fucking giveaways get. So you want me to be drunk? We gave away a Venom 3, dude. Like the first appearance of no, like what the fuck is wrong with us? Matter of fact, Patrick Milagriano, he won it. He was sitting right there.
Nice. Yeah, thanks, Patrick. He says, great show, guys. Reader Die says, spec on the next Team Cap versus Iron Man? ? I don't know. I got to dig into that and look. Mike, thanks for hanging out. Dollar Bin, thanks for hanging out. This has been a great show. This has been a great discussion. And really kind of deep diving into speculation and how it fits into our lives in comic book collecting and the many different facets of that, right, Mel?
Exactly. I mean, speculation can be a beautiful thing and also can be a very crazy thing. You know what I mean? But just at the end of the day, buy what you like. Yeah.
Truth be told, at the end of the day, buy what you love and you love what you're going to buy. It's from Brian and Jack at Sibbleman's Comics and the Two Brothers Comics YouTube channel. Collect your way. Those are the two most important statements that I can think about at the moment. And thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to go peace out. And I'll catch you all on the flip side for the next video. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. See you.